Well, I've done it now. Quit my job at 67, not totally prepared, decided no more bosses, no more meetings, no more coworkers, gonna go out in the world, and I've done it. And I had to find a way to support myself because Social Security won't do it. And so I started out by finding gigs, as they call them, which is kind of a weird title for a little thing. But anyway, something you can control yourself. And if you saw my other videos, I started out dog walking because I thought the overhead would be pretty low. I mean, what do you need? You need a dog, you need an owner who has money, who wants to dog walk, you need a leash, you need a bag, and you need a route to walk. And I had all that. So I found it. Actually, got 2 dogs now. I had to make one adjustment though, um, the route that I'm taking with the dogs, because I found a route with someone who wants to talk to me every time I go by. The first day I walked down his street, he's outside and he came over and he has seen me before, never seen me with a dog. Goes, "Oh, you're walking a dog. Get a new dog." And that's not my dog. I'm walking a dog. Oh, why? I said, well, it's a little business I'm starting, and walking a dog. Well, why don't you just collect Social Security? I am collecting Social Security. He goes, "Oh, well, the government's taking care of you. You could just stay home then." What movie's he watching? And then he said to me, "I'll be glad when I can get Social Security. I can just stay home." Well, I got news for you, kid. If you're going to collect Social Security and that's it, you're going to have to stay home. You ain't going nowhere else. You're going to think you're going to live on that. That was day one. The second day was even kind of odder, but he came out and he said, "I got a question for you." I said, "What?" He goes, "What do you do if the dog poops?" Well, I said, "Well, I'll clap." He goes, "What?" Now I want the dog to feel good about itself. He goes, "Really?" I said, "No, I'll clean it up with this bag." And on this day, his mother was with him. And she says, "I'll pray for you." I said, "Well, I'm just walking a dog. Why are you going to pray for me?" I must really look desperate or something. Not desperate, not yet. Anyway, that's the first gig we're doing. And I'm going to stick with it a little bit. I'll top how much money I'm making later on that. It's not a huge amount, but it's a start. There's some other ones we're going to be doing as we go along. But I will say this, there's something about doing something on your own that kind of frees you up, takes a little pressure off you. I didn't have to report to work at the same time. I didn't have to see anybody there. No one had a list of instructions of things to do. There was no boss. I felt pretty good about that. I was the boss on this deal. Well, okay. The first dog was kind of the boss. They decided where it wanted to go, and I kind of followed. But I'm getting it down. The second dog was that long. It's not a boss. I am the boss of that dog. Anyway, so that does make you feel better. It's chance to go out and do it. Made some money. People paid right away. Subsidized my life. Now I've got some other things I'm gonna be doing. I went back to YouTube and looked at some things people suggested, and they're suggesting these things, but they're not doing these things. And so I'm gonna be going into some of these things in the next few weeks. In fact, next week I'm gonna be trying something else. I have a number 2 and a number 3 and a number 4 I'm gonna be looking at, and we'll see how long I maintain the dog walking thing. The big thing here is Social Security is just not enough for me. And if you're living on Social Security, I think you can, understand what I'm saying. But Social Security is not meant to be your lifeline. It's kind of when you build a house, it's the basement, sometimes a leaky basement. And you can't just live in a leaky basement forever. Or you can, but you'll get moldy and smelly. But that's all Social Security offers for me. So I got to put something up, get some walls up. I probably could have done it if I kept working, but you know what? My time is my money, and that's what I'm most concerned about. So I'm going to continue on with this. This is Jack for Underdog's Guide to Life. I hope you subscribe and follow along because this journey just getting started and it may get weirder yet. Anyway, get a chance, go out and walk the dog. I'll see you soon.